It seems that women seem to they continue to say that we've missed the point. No, we got the point. See, what Me Too is a sledgehammer to a fly, you know? It's a sledgehammer to a fly. You're using, or better yet, you're using a shotgun to kill a fly, you know? And when you literally can have people thrown in jail just by accusation alone. Just by accusation alone. Because of what the 10% of men have done. Instead of going after them directly, you go after every man. It's like, for instance, me using a flamethrower to light a cigarette instead of the proper tool. You're gonna burn half the daggone cigarette. If not, your face off. You're gonna burn half the doggone cigarette. If not, half your face off. Now, you go after every single last man. You're forcing all the other men to basically back away from you. Compile that up with the fact that if a man is beating the brakes off of you in public and he steps in to intervene, he's gonna get his brakes beaten off. So we don't know whether to intervene or not. And there are people that literally refuse to see the other side of the argument. To all of you married men, to all of you married men, to all of you married men, I got a question for you. If you were to be separated from your wife tomorrow, next week, in a month, 5 years from now, would you survive this new dating market? Would you? Would you survive this new dating market? Would you be able to recuperate your losses? Would you be able to recuperate your losses? Everything that you lost from this divorce. Every single thing that you lost. Your house, your cars, your property, your money. Would you be able to recuperate that? Would you be able to get that back? Would you be able to recuperate from the psychological damage? From a divorce, from a failed marriage? Would you be able to psychologically be able to bounce back from loss of custody of your children, or basically having that insult called supervised visitation rights, or supervised visitation rights, as they so like to say? Would you be able to endure it? you be able to endure supervised visitation rights? For 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes. Begging to get this, to ask for more time. Begging to ask for more time. Would you be able to do? Would you be able to tolerate that? Endure it? The mental trauma of having to cook one meal a day, and in some cases, the trauma, the bologna sandwiches, fried bologna sandwiches, for sustenance. Would you be able to endure that? Would you be able to endure most of your money going to your ex-wife and the children that you barely get to see? I've seen it. I've never been there. I've seen it. I've seen it enough to the point where I don't want to go there. Where I never want to go there. I've seen it too many times. Way too many times. I've seen good men, great fathers to their children, off themselves, seemingly for no reason at all. I've seen whole houses turned bare after a deployment. After a deployment, whole houses were turned bare. Can you handle that? Can you deal with that trauma? Can you deal with that? Oh, can you deal with that? So when your wife asked you for an experimental separation period, that's an experimental divorce. That is an experimental divorce. Experimental divorce, you know, especially been married for 5 years, 10 years, 15. That's an experimental divorce. A lot of people don't want to see it that way. A lot of people, especially coming from places where traditionalism is the bread and butter. Welcome to America. I would like to be the first to welcome the people from Venezuela, Panama, to America. This is your life. This is your new life. This is your children's new life. And I can guarantee you, she's going to take you for everything you're worth. For everything you're worth. Every single thing you're worth. especially when she starts talking, when she starts making new American friends. Some of these women have been divorced themselves. Some of these women ain't never kept a man, couldn't keep a man, ain't never held on to a man for long term. For all intents and purposes, you might as well have stayed in Venezuela. People coming from Afghanistan. This is your new life. Sharia law does not apply in your favor. You might get lucky and get sent and get Dearborn, Michigan. My best advice to you is to head up there. Trust me, head up there. That's my best advice. Head up at Dearborn. That'd be my advice to you. That is your only sanctuary. Kind of. But I want you to let you know that people coming from Afghanistan who got out via Bagram Air Base, people who are coming from Venezuela, Mexico, Panama, south of the border, in hopes to live free. This is your new life. You might get lucky and not feel it, but your children will. Your children will feel every last bit of it. And you're going to be wondering why your child is not going to be able to is not finding a wife, is not looking for a wife. I'm going to tell you something. There are plenty of women in America. There's only a handful of wives. By all means, I wish you the best of luck. Wish you the best of luck. This is Red Pill in the Wind, signing off.